Welcome back. So now we're getting ready to compare our numbers. Now traditionally we've just typed it all here in the main method and that's fine. And this example is simple enough that we can still do that. However, I want to use a simple example to get you used to looking at how methods pass down, because when we get into more complicated programs, we're going to be wanting to jam similar pieces of code into the same classes and then calling to the different methods for them. So let's go ahead, before we ever send out our information to compare, we're going to be realizing that we're going to be comparing A and B to each other. So let's look at how our main method is structured again. Public, static, void. Here's the trick. We want the answer to come back to integer higher. So higher is going to be equal to something, which I'm just going to right now comment this out so it doesn't error out. We want higher to be equal to something. That something we haven't created yet. So we're going to go outside of the main method here. And we're going to mimic our main method right now, public static. So we're going to mimic those two things, public and static. Now, what we have to look at is the type of variable we want to return. So in this instance, we want to return something. If we don't want to return anything, we just build another method that will return nothing. We call it void. But here, we're not working with a void situation. We do want to return something. That something being integers, because higher is an integer, and we want to find out which integer is higher and assign it to higher. So we're going to go public static integer, and now we have to give it a name. And let's call it what it is. Call it compare numbers. Now, we called it what it is, but we're not done yet. We have to think about how many numbers do we want to send down here. So let's take a look. We're comparing an A and a B. So, okay, I get that. Let us declare here that we have an integer A and an integer B. Do a brace. And I'm going to do two comments and compare numbers method. Now, take a look here. It's still erroring out. Put your mouse over. Often, it's going to say missing return statement. So this has to be the variable we want to return. So, if I type the word return with nothing here, it doesn't know what to do. So, I'm going to type integer answer set equal to 0, and then I'm just going to say return answer. And now it likes us a lot better because it's looking for the complete solution. It's not looking for the building blocks here. So, going to show you what happens up here, and then we'll build our method down here. Higher, now we can uncomment it, and now we need to say that higher is equal to whatever is going on in compare numbers. So we say compare numbers, and we pass down the two variables that we have that have value, which would be A and B. We already declared them as integers there, so we just simply have to go A and B. That is it. So A will pass to A and B will pass to B. Notice how they don't highlight. They're both part of different methods, so they're technically not the same variable. we could simplify it a little bit and say X and Y down here. Or we could say banana and apple. It's still going to pass A to banana and B to apple, which can be confusing. So I'm going to go back to my original A-B example. Pass A to A and B to B, which is usually what you want to do. From here, we simply just have to compare and return the answer. So let me show you a little trick. Answer equals math dot, here's a cool thing, max. And it'll find the maximum between A and B. Which one's bigger? And then return answer. And it says the assigned value is never used. Yeah, you're probably right. So we can just get rid of that. And that's going to be the answer to higher. So then we go up here. System.out.println higher. And it will return the correct number. And I'll even prove it by typing in some text here. The higher number is plus higher. I'm going to run a quick example here for you. How many sets of numbers are you comparing? Oh, let's do 3. Let's do 3 sets of numbers. So I'm going to enter a 2 and a 5. The higher number is 5. If I enter a 6 and an 8, the answer number is going to be 8. If I enter a 7 and a 1, the higher number is 7. So it was passing it down to this method to do the comparisons. And then using a new math function I showed you, math.max, to compare which number is higher to the other. Returning it to answer, going to higher. I'm going to show you a few other things with methods here. We'll show you a couple other examples in a couple other videos.